Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mackenzie Lambert, your host for Mack and the Movies. This episode, we have a real winner of a film. This may seem like just another generic Italian zombie movie, but this hides something much more sinister. This episode will be none other than Burial Ground, The Nights of Terror, directed by Andrea Bianchi. Burial Ground starts with a professor exploring ancient catacombs. Upon opening a crypt, the dead inhabitants come back to life and feed on the professor. The next morning, three couples, one with a son, arrive after being invited by the professor to share in his findings. Shortly after their arrival, they are attacked by the zombies. The rest of the film centers on the couple's attempts to ward off the living dead and escape from their rotten clutches. To their credit, these are pretty smart zombies. Not as smart as those in Return of the Living Dead or the machine gun wielding zombies in Nightmare City, but they are fairly handy with a knife or a battering ram. There's one moment where a zombie finds a great use for a scythe on a hapless victim, which ends up being one of the funniest moments in the movie. Despite the supernatural nature of these zombies, they can still be defeated with trauma or a bullet to the head. However, this movie features something much more frightening than festering zombies. This film features a character named Michael, played by Peter Bark. The incestuous overtones presented by this character either elevate or dampen this film, depending on who you ask. Without him, this movie would be nothing more than a bloody version of 1971's Tombs of the Blind Dead. With him, it's an Italian gut-munching zombie movie with an edible complex. Remember the absurdity of seeing Martin Short play a 13-year-old boy on the comedy Clifford? In Burial Ground, the rest of the actors and audience are supposed to actually take it seriously. Another element was the anti-erotic sex scenes in the film. There is almost nothing worse than having to see dollar store Eric Idle get his groove on. Having to hear them talk dirty to one another is bad enough. One scene in particular is interrupted, thankfully, but by of all characters, Michael. One thing this movie has going for it was the gore and makeup effects. This should come as no surprise since they were the handiwork of Gino De Rossi, the gore wizard of Living Dead at Manchester Morgue and Lucio Fulci's The Zombie. Here, De Rossi uses his signature potter's clay method of zombie makeup as opposed to rubber appliances. This lends a look of authenticity in contrast to most other zombie movies. The movie may be awful, but the zombies look pretty cool. The music score by the duo of Alessio Mancuso and Berto Pisano has a nice range. You have the Goblin Light ambiance, then you have a jazzy Dave Brubeck style intro, serving as a jarring, almost disarming contrast. Without a doubt, this was a disturbing movie. Seeing a middle-aged dwarf actor play a child was creepy enough. Such a notion has been the basis for other horror films, including 2009's Orphan. But the way the subplot plays out and pays off in the end was truly frightening, even for a film industry like that of Italy in the 70s and 80s that thrived on the shocking and the gruesome. If an infinitely better quality zombie movie like Fulci's Zombie, Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, Dawn of the Dead, or Tombs of the Blind Dead isn't available, then you may as well just go in the opposite direction and check out this schlocker. Be warned though, Peter Bark as Michael will give you nightmares and freak you out more than any zombie Burial Ground throws at you. And that's our look at Burial Ground, The Nights of Terror. Have you seen this weird zombie gut muncher? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Go ahead and follow my channel if you don't already to stay informed of future content. I'm Mackenzie Lambert with Mack the Movies. Take care and have a good week.